Hello and happy Friday the 13th. I am back today once again playing with the alcohol lift ink because I can't get enough of this. So today is Friday the 13th as I'm filming this, and it made me feel in kind of like an early Halloween mood. And I recently got some great stencils from the Wonderstrumpet Stencils on Etsy. I got some cool spirit boards and skulls I want to test out. So I'm going to go ahead and do today's. I have my 8x10 piece of Yupo paper. That's the 8x10 alcohol ink Yupo paper. And I'm going to go ahead and make a background. And I'm just going to work on the background tonight, and then I'm going to save this for when Halloween time comes, and this way I can use it to maybe cut up for artist trading cards. Okay guys, so what happened was I started this one and my camera didn't quite want to show the purple, and then it turned off on me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try this again. I've got a new fresh sheet of paper here. I'm going to get out my alcohol blending solution. I'm going to get some of that on the page. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start with some green this time. 1 second. Like I said, I have the alcohol blending solution down. I'm going to go ahead and start with the green. Let's get some great green globs on here. Because you know, when I think of Halloween and spooky, I think of the green and the purple of Halloween. So this one is citrus. I want to get it blowing around a little bit. Then before that gets too dry, I'm going to go ahead and throw in a little purple Twilight. And it's probably showing up a bit blue for you guys, but I'm sure in the end photos you'll see that it's got this great purple coloring. And in some of the areas where it's hitting the green, it's turning brown, but look at that. And I'm going to let that settle just a little because I'm loving how that's looking, but I also don't want to create too much mud. I am going to let it run a little bit. Oh wow, that's just, those drips are great. Look at that. And then I do want to, I think, go around the edges and try to get a little bit of purple in there. But I think in order to control it better, I'm going to use one of my felt applicators because I want to control this a little. I'm going to put some of the blending solution on here. And you can see this one's going to make a great background later on for something else, and I can keep working it. But it turned kind of muddy on me, so I'm going to let that one dry. And let's see. I'm going to take a little of this. Let's see. It's all covered now. I think this is an amethyst. Yep, this is the amethyst. A little bit of amethyst on here. And I have a little bit of copper I want to add also. Need to shake it up just a little more. Whoop. A little bit much on there. So we'll see how this goes. I just want to bring that in and get the edges blending a little bit here. Can you see how the copper's reacting? With the blending solution, it just creates these great little pockets, and now there's going to be all this great metallic shimmer throughout this. And here, let's see if I can get this so you can see it. You can really, I want you to really be able to see all that great metallic coloring. And I think I'm just about happy with how this one is. I might put just a little bit more of the green on my dabber. I'm just really having way too much fun using these now. I kind of really want this to have a great mottled background. Alright. I just can't stop, it's too much fun. Okay. Stopping before I go too far. And again, that was the copper I used. So on this one I've used the copper, the purple Twilight, the Amethyst, and I've used some of the citrus, and then the alcohol blending solution. So I'm going to take this off my tray. And look at that shimmer. I'll hold it up so you guys can get a really good shot of that. That is luscious. Making sure. I apologize for the glare with the metallic. There we go. Now you can really see. Okay, so I'm going to get this dried and I will be right back. Okay guys, I am back and this has dried just beautifully. You can see all that green and the brown and the purples, although they're looking a little blue on there. That is just awesome. So now it's time for the magic. Well, first I want to add a little archival ink to the background. So I have the Stampers Anonymous Tim Holtz. I have, this is the Newsprint in type. So I want to add a little bit of text to the background on here. Let me get that out. And I want to use the Newsprint one, not so much the alphabet one. And I have my stamp block. And this is just to help add some interest to the background. I'm gonna ink it off camera so I'm not shaking you guys around. There we go. Now I'm just gonna do a print right here. Ink it up again. I'm gonna come in and do another print over here. And then just do some ghosting. And now I've just added a little bit of interest with the text to the background. There you go. And because this is a spooktacular one, I think I'm also going to look to see if I have any fun Halloween stamps, because I'm sure I do, to maybe add just a little extra something, like maybe some Dylusions spider webbing. Yep, I think I'm just going to add a little bit of webbing. Just to help add to that Friday the 13th fun. And I don't care where I put it, because in the end these are going to be used in the fall. I'll cut it up and use it as fun backgrounds for some artist trading cards. There we go. Now we have some great texture and background. There you go. I know it looks like a lot, but remember, once this is all cut up into separate bits, that's going to be cool. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to get that dried, and then it's time for the magic. I promise this time. Okay, so I am not going to be actually stamping this time with the alcohol lifting. Instead, I am going to be using it just with stencils. So I've got my paper towel ready, I've got my alcohol lifting, I've got my little pad to put the Reinkter on. I'm going to get a backup pad. Just because I may be using this quite a bit and I may need the backup, I'm going to make sure this is on real good. Can you tell I've been having fun? Okay, now the question is, which stencil do I want to use? Do I want to go with the Ouija board? Or do I want to go with the skulls? Or if I use the little skulls, I can do it in multiple spots, but I think I'm gonna go big. Just gonna go big because I want to. Okay. So let me get this positioned. Make sure you guys can see okay. Get this nice and straight on here. Let me come down just a little bit. All right, time for the magic. And the key is to keep going over it, because the more you go over it, the more will lift. And try to hold it as best you can. I am noticing my felt is getting a little caught on the edges, so maybe I'm pressing just a little too hard. But I can already, can you guys see it lifting there already? I'm just gonna clean it off a little on a paper towel to the side and then keep working it. Trying to get all the areas that I might have missed. So I want to make sure I get this to really show up so people can tell what it is. I'm going to clean that off a little bit. And I think that this is where I may switch to my other felt, a newer one, because this is a lot of lifting. And I'm going to work the bottom part now. Alright, well I think I've got as good as I'm going to get. So now I'm going to start dabbing it. And I know it seems like that's a waste of alcohol ink, but I'm really curious how this is going to look. I'm hoping it turns out good. I may have to do some tracing. Now I'm going to rub this just a little bit. I don't want to go too much back to the paper, but I kind of want this to have a little bit of a grunge. I like the grunge edge look, so I don't want to smear it off too much. Just clean my stencil up a bit here. Alright guys, moment of truth. Look at that. I know it's kind of hard to tell, but you can definitely see. I wonder if I see, nope, if I rub it, it's going to smear them all. put this back down. And that is going to be very cool for Halloween. Can you see the awesome skulls? Look at that. And then once it dries, you'll be able to probably see it more. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the little mini Ouija board and just do a little bit of that on here, and then I'm going to call this one done. Let's see how the Ouija board turns out. Maybe we'll just do a little bit of that around. I want to get my dabber cleaned off just a little bit. Let's see how that turns out. That's cool. You can see the copy in the corner there. So I am pleasantly surprised with this. Not surprised, I'm just excited. So this will be fun. You can see if like I'm going to crop this into a little card and you'll see some of the eyeball, or if this gets cropped you have just hints of these skulls, and I may even go back later on and trace it with the black. So once again, just a little close-up, and I'll definitely be sure to put photos at the end so you guys can really see how this turned out. So happy Friday the 13th. I hope this video got you pumped up for the fall and ready for some spooktacular pieces. I hope you grab yourself some alcohol ink, because this is going to be a lot of fun to play with and just keep trying new things with. I hope this video gave you some inspiration. If you liked it, remember to hit that like button, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, stay up to date on all my latest videos, and thanks so much for stopping by, and happy crafting and alcohol inking.